From Newcastle United in talks with £4.8 billion SoFi Stadium designer to transform St James's Park, to Newcastle named as frontrunners to sign top-quality £30 million player linked with Chelsea, to Newcastle United's scouting mission sparking panic to make transfer difficult, to discussing on how Anthony Gordon has been cruelly treated by the Premier League, to revealing Newcastle's genius decision regarding Yankuba Minteh's future. Plus, we'll also unveil a Sky Sports exclusive on Newcastle's sporting director role.
Give me all the details. Okay.
Join us as we uncover the latest Newcastle United news.
Let's go!
Starting off, Newcastle fans are expressing their confusion and seeking an explanation as to why Anthony Gordon has not been included in the Premier League's Young Player of the Year nominees list, while Manchester United's Kobbie Mainoo has been selected.
This is not okay. This needs to stop now.
Despite a disappointing season for Newcastle as a team, Gordon has stood out as a bright spot, showing significant improvement compared to his performances last season. After his £45 million move from Everton in January, there were high expectations for the young winger. While he only managed to score once, it was Newcastle's lone goal in a 1-1 draw against Chelsea on the final day of the season. In the current campaign, Gordon has been a key player for Eddie Howe's side, contributing 11 goals and 11 assists in 46 appearances. His performances even earned him his first senior cap for the England national team. Despite his notable contributions, the 23-year-old has been overlooked for the Premier League's Young Player of the Year nominees list, leading Newcastle fans to express their disbelief at the snub, particularly in comparison to the inclusion of Manchester United's Kobbie Mainoo. The omission of Gordon and the selection of Mainoo has left Newcastle supporters seeking clarification and wondering why their standout player has not received the recognition they believe he deserves. Then moving on. The architects responsible for designing the £4.8 billion SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, HKS, have expressed their interest in helping redevelop St James's Park, the home stadium of Newcastle United. The Saudi owners of the club have reportedly been considering the possibility of either constructing a new ground or completely renovating and modernizing the existing stadium. Recent reports suggest that Newcastle officials are more inclined towards expanding St James's Park rather than relocating to a new venue. Representatives from HKS, the architect company behind SoFi Stadium and the AT&T Stadium in Texas, have reportedly held discussions with Newcastle United regarding the redevelopment plans. Alex Thomas, the regional design director for sports and entertainment at HKS, believes that he can offer a solution to Newcastle's current dilemma. The current capacity of St James's Park, which stands at 52,350, is considered insufficient for the club. However, expanding the stadium has proven challenging due to the presence of listed buildings surrounding the area. Thomas proposes various options for increasing capacity while creating a wow factor for the stadium. One suggestion is to incorporate a roof similar to that of the recently redeveloped Santiago Bernabéu, while another idea is to construct a bridge across the top of the stadium. According to Thomas, the redevelopment of St James's Park would require innovative and forward-thinking approaches, as well as dialogue with planners and safety authorities. He believes that if the club is willing to push the boundaries, the outcome could result in a stadium that looks distinct from any other football ground. The HKS principal told Newcastle is going to demand some really innovative, different thinking. It's going to need dialogue with planners, safety authorities. It's going to need the club to be brave, to have a vision and stick with it. There's no doubt some pretty interesting outcomes that could manifest itself there if the client really wants to push it. I think it would look very different to any other football ground we've seen elsewhere. HKS is renowned for designing the SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, which opened in 2020. The stadium has a seating capacity of 70,240, expandable to 100,000 for certain events. The company also built the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, which can hold up to 80,000 spectators but has the capacity to expand to 100,000. Then, Sky Sports News has recently doubled down regarding Dougie Freedman's potential move to Newcastle United as their new sporting director.
Newcastle have held advanced talks with Crystal Palace's Dougie Freedman regarding the role of sporting director, but he faces competition from a leading member of the 777 group who want to take over Everton. Newcastle are now close to an appointment with Freedman and 777 Global Sporting Director Johannes Spoors in contention. Newcastle placed their former sporting director Dan Ashworth on gardening leave in February with with Manchester United continuing to discuss compensation ahead of a potential appointment.
Then moving on, according to a report by Mark Douglas at iNews, Newcastle United's Yankuba Minteh is expected to spend the upcoming 2024-25 season back in the Netherlands after undergoing pre-season with Newcastle. Sources in Holland have indicated that the winger is likely to return to Feyenoord for a second loan spell. Feyenoord, one of the prominent clubs in the Netherlands, is nearing the end of their Eredivisie season and is on track to finish in second place behind PSV Eindhoven, the league champions. Minteh has had an impressive year, scoring 10 goals and providing 6 assists. He has also enjoyed regular playing time under manager Arne Slot, who is rumored to be replacing Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool in the summer. Minteh has had the opportunity to play in 2 cup finals and even participated in the UEFA Champions League. Despite Slot's potential move to Anfield, it appears that Minteh will spend another season at Feyenoord. This decision could be beneficial for all parties involved, as it allows Minteh to continue his development, gain regular playing time, and gain experience in European competitions. There is a possibility that Minteh's situation could change if he impresses Newcastle United manager Eddie Howe during pre-season. However, at the moment, Feyenoord seems like a suitable environment for the 19-year-old winger to further enhance his skills before making the leap to Premier League football. Then, in recent developments, Newcastle United has emerged as the frontrunners in the race to sign a Premier League player who was recently linked with Chelsea. According to reports, both Newcastle and Chelsea are said to be interested in securing the services of this player during the upcoming summer transfer window. The 2 clubs are currently engaged in a battle to secure European qualification. With just 3 league games remaining for each team, Newcastle currently sits in 6th place, holding a slim 2-point advantage over Chelsea, who are in 7th place. The prospect of European football next season could potentially be a decisive factor in attracting transfer targets for both clubs. The specific player in question is Arsenal goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale. The Evening Standard has reported that Newcastle is considered the front-runner to sign the 25-year-old shot-stopper. Ramsdale has lost his starting position to David Raya this season and is keen to secure regular first-team football once again. He has made only 11 appearances across all competitions for Arsenal under manager Mikel Arteta this season. Although Newcastle is leading the race for Ramsdale, it is worth noting that Chelsea is also reportedly interested in the goalkeeper. Ramsdale joined Arsenal from Sheffield United in 2021 for a reported fee of £30 million, as per Sky Sports. Journalist Craig Hope mentioned that preliminary talks and conversations have taken place regarding Ramsdale, but nothing formal has occurred. While signing a goalkeeper may not be a top priority for Newcastle heading into the summer, it could be an option if certain circumstances align. They're looking at goalkeepers. Aaron Ramsdale is a player Eddie Howe knows well. I think preliminary talks, conversations, nothing formal have taken place in the background, but I don't think that's a priority heading into the summer. But if things fell in a certain way elsewhere, is that something they would look at? Absolutely yes, Hope said. The potential signing of Ramsdale would be intriguing for Newcastle. The club has faced goalkeeping issues this season, with Martin Dubravka experiencing some struggles. However, when fit, Nick Pope is widely regarded as one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League. Thus, there is a valid argument that Ramsdale may not be an upgrade over Pope. If Pope returns from injury and performs at the level he displayed last season, Ramsdale might find it challenging to secure a place in the Newcastle team. However, if Pope struggles or appears rusty upon his return, Newcastle's pursuit of a goalkeeper like Ramsdale would be justified. For Ramsdale, it becomes a decision of whether he is willing to take the risk of joining a club where he may once again find himself playing second fiddle. He must weigh the potential opportunity for regular first-team football against the possibility of being a backup goalkeeper at Newcastle. Ultimately, the outcome will depend on various factors, including Pope's form and fitness, Ramsdale's aspirations, and Newcastle's overall strategy and priorities in the transfer market. Then Newcastle United's reported scouting mission to observe Boca Juniors midfielder Kevin Zenon has caused a sense of panic at the Argentine club. According to El Litoral, the consistent reports linking Newcastle and other European clubs to the 22-year-old player have raised concerns among Boca Juniors staff and supporters. Recent reports have indicated that Newcastle scouts were present at the Mario Alberto Kempes Stadium in Cordoba to watch Zenon during matches against River Plate and Estudiante de La Plata. This suggests that Newcastle is thoroughly analyzing the possibility of a transfer, which has unsettled Boca Juniors as they fear losing another promising talent. To mitigate the risk of losing Zenon, Boca Juniors is considering the option of improving the midfielder's contract to provide further protection and ensure they receive an appropriate transfer fee if any club shows serious interest. It should be noted that a recent report stated that it would be challenging for Newcastle to secure Zenon's services this summer, as the player is reportedly fully focused on Boca Juniors. In fact, his representatives are unaware of the source of the European reports. This suggests that a move from Newcastle or any other club is not imminent or currently in the works. However, circumstances can change, and Boca Juniors are apprehensive about the possibility of a future turn of events that could lead to Zenon's departure. The situation remains fluid, and while there are concerns at Boca Juniors, it is uncertain whether Newcastle or any other club will make a move for Zenon in the near future. Then finally, if you want to know the scary truth about Anthony Gordon nobody is noticing, click the video link on screen now.